first 2-3 weeks it was a little difficult because, you know, it was more of how we're going to be getting used to the new way of life, and that was not easy for everybody, let's admit that. But afterwards we get to use to the new system, the new normal, or whatever you want to call, doing all the meetings virtually, even doing the presentations virtually. I know it's not that easy, you know, our business, we're not in construction business, we're not in, you know, banking business. Our business is all about touching, feeling, but at least we communicated, which was fantastic. And then later on, the first virtual you know, trade show came, Kingpins 24, which was a success. I myself personally learned a lot, and I'm sure that's going to continue and things will be even better, and I'm going to get more prepared for my site, I can promise.
So how is working from home? Are you more productive? No, I'm not more productive. I think that I feel more distracted, and I'm doing a lot of things that I've been meaning to do for a while. I think our lives are generally too busy. Running a business is a lot. This is giving me breathing time to do things like keep up with bookkeeping, reevaluate the business, look at what was working and what wasn't. And then I am doing bits and pieces of work. And then I'm kind of interspersing that with DIY projects and things like that. I used to do a lot of work in my evenings, and I'm doing a lot less work in my evenings these days, which is a good thing. So I feel like a lot of my changes are healthier and more positive, because I think we were all working a bit too hard.
More productive at home? No, definitely not. I'm homeschooling a 5-year-old, so in fact I have never had less time in my life for work, and that was quite hard to come to terms with in the beginning. I was seeing all these people around me with extra time, and hearing all this narrative on social media that we should be upskilling and nurturing new business ideas and stuff, and so I was freaking out a bit. But as soon as I accepted this time for what it is, I realised that it's not necessarily unproductive, it's just productive for me in a different area of my life at the minute. So I'm having lovely time with my son, and I've got 1 day a week to do my work, and I really hope that he'll go back to school soon.
For the last 2.5 years, working from home has been quite normal for me, so in many ways it's not that different, but I would say that things are much more positive and productive in general, because the people that I work with in different countries and different companies, pace has ultimately really slowed down, and everybody's much kinder and more respectful about the way other people work. So the demands on us as designers is less, you know, I need it here for tomorrow, and more, how long do you need to get the job done? So as a creative person, I have much more time to really think things through, and I think it really shows. So I'm really enjoying the work that I'm doing at the moment and finding the results much more exciting.
The most that we've learned at this time is to live with what we have and cherish the same in this process. Minimalism, so to say, has taken the center stage, and surprisingly I don't find many complaining about it either. We have learned to live with the fact that we can't go out, the fact that we are homebound, and we have to cook with whatever stuff is available to us. In short, what we're trying to do is we are trying to make best out of what we are at home with, be it the material things, be it whatever is available, or be it our family, like our kids. So yeah, so it is kind of, you know, a positive thing happening there.
Working from home is good in a way that I can better allocate my time. It's more flexible, and I feel like having higher work productivity. But of course, I do miss the social connection in the workplace.
The pandemic has created a situation which I had never imagined or never expected, at least for the past 20 years that I've been part of the textile industry. That is that I'll be staying at home for such a long period of time. I tried working from home. Yes, we got our teams, all our people, everyone started working with Microsoft Teams, doing video conferences, trying to take our time out for doing all those projects or discussing all those items which in our regular transactional days we normally missed out on. But to be honest, as a manufacturer, what we should be doing next, taking the challenges head on or planning for the future and generally looking at, yes, what kind of troubleshooting we need to do in order to improve upon ourselves. I really doubt that, yes, I would ever want to again work from home, because this is not what Denim is all about, or in fact, anything about manufacturing is all about working from home. And I guess, yes, I can't take it for granted that, yes, that my people who we work with on a daily basis, that yes, they're always going to be around and we will be able to meet them every day. This cannot be taken for granted. And yes, I've realized that, yes, if there are people whom I've not spoken to for quite some time or not shook their hands because I've not had a chance to call them out or speak with them, that I should start doing that more often, because it just might happen that someday I might not be able to do that with them anymore, or something of this kind of a pause happens, can bring a full stop to a whole lot of things. So no, work from home has not worked out with me, and I really do not want this to happen ever again.
It's really changing my mindset on so many things. It makes me rethink the amount that I get to be in nature. It makes me rethink whether I want to live in a city or whether I want to move. I mean, I must have bored my friends with the amount of times I've talked about moving out of London to the sea or to the countryside. And it feels like that tipping point for a lot of people is happening right now. I've noticed that so many of my friends who usually would be commuting to work are looking and sounding absolutely magnificently healthy. They're looking so much more rested. I mean, I think it's very different from the first few weeks where the panic was really making most people quite unwell. I think now we've settled into a different routine and we've actually remembered the things that are good for us, and we're sleeping better and sleeping more in our natural rhythms. I would normally get up at 6:30 to make school packed lunches and get ready and race out the door, and now I'm able to read stories to my son and be more present to everything, which is actually a huge gift. So for me, I'm feeling that I don't want to actually go back to what was the normal that existed before. I am really striving to hold out for a new normal, or to create a new normal from all of the awareness and the navel gazing that we've all been encouraged to do.
Working from home is pretty good, able to spend more time with my family, able to spend more time with the kids, with our crazy travel schedules, being in sales and marketing. It gives a break from the usual hustle and bustle of our lives. But are we being more productive? Maybe in some cases. I'm able to read more, do some more research online on our industry. But on a larger perspective, our industry is still a lot about touch and feel, meeting people in person, face-to-face meetings. And hopefully that will change. People will learn to see things online, and people will start working on how can we digitize our library, or how can we have more digital collections. So productivity wise, I see there's still ways to go for our industry, but in general, getting more productivity out of more reading and doing more research online.
Living in this pandemic, it's really a very surreal feeling. Of course, this has happened before, like Spanish flu. This will surely happen in the future also. But happening now tests us how we react in the current economic and technology status.
We normally need to work with product, so we go to office, which is close by. The effect on us is quite limited.
Hello, this is Tina. I'm here at my home in Istanbul. I hope you all are safe with your loved ones. So this is my stay home day 45. And thanks to Carved in Blue, I have this chance to show you a bit about my days in quarantine. So let's go, have a look. So this is my home office. I've been working from home for the last 3 years, so I'm used to working alone and at home. However, the very unusual part for me is that I share it with my 10-year-old daughter. She's a homeschooler now, and sometimes with our cats. So for me, actually, it's of course a very slow period after a very busy lifestyle with lots of traveling, but I feel like that was needed. So, and currently I don't have lots of work to do, since most of my projects are on hold, and I don't feel in the mood for having an eye at the business as usual, because I think that we'll have a brand new agenda and in new problems, new topics, new issues in post-corona period. So I just stop and observe, and that's it, basically.